I want to tell you that Vicky's always been to us baby Victoria. There was a note that I wrote to my mother when I was 4 years old, when she was traveling, to say baby Victoria is just doing fine. And I've been looking after her ever since. And she's been doing fine ever since. So I have to say that here we are to celebrate this incredible woman's life, and she can look around her with these incredible parents who've made it all possible for us to be here today one way or another. And to Vicki, for you to be here today and look at the people who have come to love you and honor you and your beautiful children, these three magnificent girls. I wish you just the happiest of birthdays.
Thank you.
And I forgot all the other things I was going to say, but I know everybody else will say them.
What does this mean? It's a V sign, isn't it? And some of you may think this is kind of rather rude. It's a rude.
Not this team.
However, and if this sign was made by Stanley, Brett or Gavin, there would be some reason to think that. However, that's actually not the case. So, what I think it means is V for victory, number one. V for Victoria, and V for our very own Vicki. I think that I should say now, using that letter V, that Vanita, my long-suffering wife, and I would just like to wish you a very beautiful girl who is a very good friend, a very happy birthday, and whenever we are with Vix, we have a very fantastic time. So, I wish you a very good evening and a very good dinner, and now a very important toast. Viva Vicki Vix Vixen! Finished.
It is poignant to celebrate tonight in this place, another family milestone in a meaningful space. To Vicki with love on this special day, you are so dear to all of us. Shall I count the ways?
Yes.
Your smile shines through, glowing tonight. You are inner warmth and beauty and ever-present light. You walk through life spreading kindness and fun, a particular magic you have like the warmth of the sun. You love to laugh and enjoy and see others happy. You are selfless in spirit, even when you feel crappy. In business you are strong. You show your tough chops. But then always let loose with the special radar for the shops. As a daughter, you bring joy and love and care to your amazing parents, whose strength you share. As a mother, your heart is full, your cup overflows. With passion you gift to three girls, and how it shows. They are each a testament to your beautiful nature. They are poised, smart, stylish, and mature. As a sister, there is a titanium bond that you share. You have each other's backs, there is no love that you spare. The world in-law doesn't count. I'm proud you are my sis. And to toast you tonight, I would never miss. You are a true friend to all here, yes indeed, with generosity and loyalty in good times and in need. You have weathered some storms, endured life's up and downs, but your spirit prevails. You are never long to frown. You distill the essence of good, discarding the bad, living life to its fullest, not allowing the sad. You inspire us always, and so to you on this day, Vicki, may your dreams come true in every way.
Do I need it? My voice, I think everyone can hear.
Okay,
me,
you
right?
have a great voice.
Well, the only one that So, yeah, I'm going to tell a little story tonight, and it's all about Vicki. But, in 1982, I didn't, even though I'm Vicky's cousin. Well, do I need the mic? You can't hear me? Oh, no, I don't need it. So, in 1982, I had the opportunity, having not really known Vicki, to meet her when her and I landed at the American University together. And I guess there really are...
Don't forget the children.
Well,
That's the wrong sister!
there were three things that really struck me about Vicki when I arrived at American University. And as her father so correctly points out, the first of them that occurred over the next few years, I cannot share with many of you because her parents and her daughters are in the room.
He'll meet you after dinner.
But you know, we had cars exploding. But more so, I'll talk about the more impactful things. So we put aside the first, and let's move to the other two. And the second, it was really from the moment I think every single one of us here met Vicki, was her beauty. And there is seldom a person who walks into a room, and I remember it back then, Vicki, when you walked into the eating hall that we had. I said we're not telling those stories of the places you didn't go to. She was saying the classroom, and she didn't attend too many of those. But we said we were not.
It's not true, Rachel.
Clearly no, so you don't need to kid yourself. But Vicki would walk in, and everybody would turn around. And you know, as much as I remember that beauty all the way back in 1982, coming here this evening and walking down the street, walking into this restaurant, that beauty still shines as proudly as ever. So that was really number two. Number three, though.
Married to me. I said you're married to me.
We all know that too. Number three, though, is the other thing I think everybody here knows as well. And that is when Vicki walks into a room, the light shines. And
Can I use that light?
who's that?
That's tomorrow.
Well, it goes to show how true it is, because there's an inner light that shines out of her that touches each and every one of us. You know, I know Vicki very well as a daughter, as a sister, as a cousin, as a friend, and as a mother. And in every single one of those areas, her light shines and excels and touches each and every one of us. So to you, Vicki, just the happiest of gratitude.
Firstly, Gavin, there were at least 3 or 4 lines there that... My cousin and friend, we've been through many amazing experiences together, particularly over the last 20 years or so, more or less. And if I look back on those experiences, the advice you've given me, from shopping
She's very good.
to girls to women,
She's good at that too.
and business. She's good at business too. I still think back to some very clever things you've told me over the years, and that still come back to me every now and I think, that was very smart what you said. So you've always been there for me, and I'm always there for you. And we've had some amazing times. I was thinking back today on some of our regular business trips that we do. One of them, we go to the farm very often, to Bushard Finlayson, which Vicki runs with and I go up with her and we have meetings once a quarter or so. These trips are turned from business, which is very serious, Uncle Stanley.
Tonight I'm not going to argue.
And he's also always with Vicki. It's an adventure and fun. We have our local place. We stop off on the way. We catch up. It's an hour and a half or so ride. We catch up on each other's lives, what's happening, get a bit of advice on this or that, and then the phone goes. Clear, what's happening? Okay, she's helping Clear. Kelly comes in. Morgie, devoted every second of the way. Friends too. Always thinking about everybody else. And I shouldn't be surprised when I mention your wonderful and unique parents that you actually have those incredible qualities. They didn't come from anywhere, but they are really amazing qualities. And the other story I always think about was we went to Indaba, which is a major South African tourism event. And we arrived, Tony, Vicki and I, and Vicki walked into the first cocktail that we had, and by the end of the third day, everybody knew her everywhere. Tony and I followed behind, and every year we would come back. It was like the princess had arrived. Vicki, Vicki, everybody. And we still go today, and we go to Indaba every year, and it is always, as I said with you, it's always an adventure, it's always fun. We do business, but we also have a great time. So thank you. It's absolutely wonderful to be here and celebrate your birthday. I saw on television yesterday that 70 is the new 30, so we're in our 20s.
Not one for many words, but I couldn't let this opportunity pass me by to say something about my dearest and my special friend. Although I know that Greg doesn't really agree because I have got quite a lot to say to him. But I met Vixen about 12 years ago in Cape Town at a dinner party where we happened to be seated next to each other. And I remember distinctly, we hit it off immediately, started sharing our life experiences, and yeah, I mean, you were just the most amazing person that I've ever met. I remember, sorry. It was during a conversation with you that I got to know the true essence of Vicki. She mentioned in a very short time that she actually was reading to a blind person in Zurich at the time, and I just remember that her essence was the most amazing thing that I'd ever experienced. Vicki has a gift of seeing, feeling, and interacting with others in an extraordinary way, and her generosity and spirit and kind knows no boundaries. She not only makes a difference to all of our lives, but she imprints a little bit of her magic on each and every one of us every time. Stanley mentions in his book that the most precious people in life are like chicken fat, and this could be no truer than a Vicki. Vicki is the best, although I don't think she will enjoy that. Vicki is the best of the best chicken fat there is, and this world is a far better place because of her. Thank you.
There's been a lot of love, emotion, and warmth shared here tonight. And I think that really encapsulates everything about this very special person that we've all come to celebrate this weekend. Very emotional time for all of us. And it takes me back to the day Vicki actually got married.
Sure, I remember
No, not at all.
I don't remember that.
This is your life. So up until that time, my parents called us the terrible twins. They There's approximately 18 months that separate us. And
I'm younger.
You don't need to say that.
Exactly.
those first years were amazing because we had a combination of the ultimate in love and appreciation and incredible times together. And at the same time, we were at each other's throats. More her at me. And I still have the scars to show it, because she could certainly pull those fingers out and leave some physical scars, certainly no emotional scars. But the day Vicki got married, putting all other things aside, this is all about brother and sisterly love, nothing more. I recognized what an amazing person she is and was at that moment. And that at that moment, our lives truly changed. And she was off living in Morocco, and I would never really spend the times together that we had again. And up until then, living in Monte Carlo, out every night. Those were amazing times. Growing up in South Africa together with dogs, no television, we were in the swimming pool every day, fighting with each other, getting her to dress up as an army person or an Indian. They were amazing times for those of you who grew up with television and smartphones, like my children and your children. It's times that are so remarkable, and I'll never forget them. But as life teaches us, things change and times move on. And post getting married, we certainly spent some amazing times together. And more importantly, she brought 3 incredible, beautiful, amazing young women into the world. And life goes on. And look at her today. Mark Twain said, no matter how old you get, it's really mind over matter. And more importantly,
Remember that.
no, if you don't mind, it doesn't matter. And just look at her today. Tony said 35, and it's so true. So beautiful, so ravishing. The physical part. She maybe doesn't. But it's so true, right?
Yeah.
But more importantly, the inside is what's truly ravishing, beautiful, and as some of you have said, and as all of you know, she walks into any room, she engages in any relationship, and it's true with every one of you here, and everyone who's not here, who knows her, who loves her. You're the complete ray of sunshine. Your heart, your love is always for everyone. You give 100% to yourself. As a child, as a sister, most importantly as a mother. One of the most remarkable, perfect mothers in the world. And I've heard it from your children, and I know we're all going to hear it tomorrow night. They all completely see that. So more than me saying it, obviously, to hear and see and know what Clea, Morgan, and Kelly feel about you is the most fulfilling and best thing of all. And you deserve all of it. And obviously it's as true as a friend, as a philanthropist, as a business person. You always give 100%. And you're so talented, you're so incredible. And we're all so happy to be with you to celebrate these incredible past 50 years in 1 month.
Never mentioned that.
And the next 50, every day, you all love and enjoy the sunshine, the warmth, the love, the pleasure, the joy, and the honor that we have sharing every possible moment we can with you. To Vicki.